All right. I am excited. I hope you guys are as well. Spawning on Death Aura here in the bottom right-hand corner of the map. Playing as the blue Protoss pieces from Alpha X. Give it up. It is ZOUN. And in the top left, in the red, playing as the Zerg pieces from Kaizi Gaming. Give it up. It is Solar. All right. I am excited. Both players are talking back and forth. I actually don't know what they're saying. I've been trying to learn some Korean. Trying to learn some of that good language, especially, dealing with, a lot of Koreans here on the Alpha Pro series. So, we'll see. I recognize some of the letters, but it's been a minute. So, should be good though. Both players are opening up fairly standard. Solar going to be going into the hatch first, into pool, and ZOUN going into just some harassment with that probe. Really just trying to delay any kind of mineral income from Solar. Now, he's going to take his own expansion behind that gateway, and that will allow him to play a little bit more of a macro-centric game. Now, I was talking to ZOUN before everything was going, and, coming off a runner-up win, I consider it a win, winning in Super Tournament, getting second place. He's feeling okay. He's got a little bit of concerns of playing against Zerg, but he 3-0'd Armani, and he's played fantastic. He is on a good run, so I am excited to see what he brings to the table. But Solar is definitely one of those players you do not want to just laugh at. You don't want to scoff at and just think, oh, wow, he's got everything A-okay. So we will see what ends up happening in this series. Now, spawning pool is finished up here for Solar. He's going to be making a couple of lings, and the queens are on the way for him. And on the other side, we do have ZOUN just, with his probe, just wants to see, are there any links coming across? Is there any kind of pressure? And what is going on? Now, ZOUN is going to be going into a Stargate opener here. He does like those Void Rays, and I was talking to him. He's kind of worried about going into these Void Rays. He feels like Zerg actually has found a solution to this, and it may not be as strong as, previous, but ZOUN really has some really good Void Ray play, so we'll see kind of what ends up happening here. Queen will be able to push away that pesky probe, and Adepts are on the way. First Adept just going to hold the bridge for the moment, and then once the second one gets out here, I imagine maybe sends it across and tries to get some damage done. So we will definitely look into that. Warp Gate tech is on the way for ZOUN. And yeah, everything looking pretty good. First Void Ray is on the way. And Queen's just going to be getting up for Solar. He does have that third base finally down. And behind this, just drones. We even have the good old metabolic boost finishing up, so those lings will have some speed. Be able to have a little bit more map presence besides just the Overlords, but Solar will actually spawn that. The Void Ray is here for ZOUN. Oracle is going to be the follow-up behind this, though. So very interesting. Third base coming down now for ZOUN. And he's not going across and attacking with it. He's just kind of sitting back. The Adepts are coming out. There are some lings on the way. Hixa has 6 lings and a Spore Crawler. We'll be able to pick off at least a couple of drones. Let's get 2. Tried to shade away. Might lose one of these Adepts, though. This man has to be careful. Okay. Does lose one of the Adepts. The second Adept does barely shade out in time. He's trying to make his way home, but now Solar going to go for a little bit of a counter harass, maybe try to pick that up, and he does. We'll actually see the Oracle flying across the map, and now here come a few lings to the third base of ZOUN. He does have that Void right here, so he should be able to defend that for the time being. And here comes that Oracle. Ah, there he goes. Just trying to find some damage, just trying to find something. He's going to add on a second Stargate behind this, so we'll be able to go more into that Air Army. And I was talking to him, earlier in the match, just, how he's feeling. And really feeling like Air Army is kind of where you have to go right now. So I'm interested to see how this really goes. He does have the Twilight Council on the way, as well as a forge to kind of help back this up. And I don't think he actually... Okay. Oracle is still alive. Does have more Void Rays on the way, producing 2 at a time. Solar on the other side, just starting up. He is going up to the layer tech, so we'll be able to go up to Hydras. We'll essentially be forced, excuse me, into Hydras, but it looks like he's going to go into Spire. Maybe going into Corruptor, or at least having that tech very early, especially if ZOUN does go into a late air army. Charge on the way as well as +1. And I like this from ZOUN. He's actually doing a really good job of supply blocking Solar, not allowing him to put on a whole lot of pressure, build up a lot of drones, build up a lot of army for that matter. And I like it. Solar will take his 4th base behind this. The Lings just trying to be pesky, just trying to scout, see kind of where the army, where the tech is here for ZOUN. Behind this. I mean, even doing a good job with the Overseer stuff, but he is going to get basically a full view here of Solar's army, or at least his tech. Sees the additional gateways being added on, sees the Templar archives, and knows that Storm potential is there, as well as Archons, and especially with Solar being very heavy into these Lings, I definitely think Archons is going to be the way to go. Lings are going to come down to the natural here, and a couple of depths. We'll be able to hold this off, and it looks like Solar will actually have to back up. Additional gateways going to be thrown down, as well as some extra defense, shield batteries, and the photon cannons, the like. And there are the Templar finally going to be morphed in here. And I like this from ZOUN. He's actually kind of staying in the green as much as he can. Oracle still is out as well, and so far, not too bad. I mean, ZOUN's army isn't that massive. It's only 35 army to 74, but he definitely has some potential here. Drone counts are very similar, and here come the Mutas. Very interesting. Going to go into Mutas, Roaches behind this, and then Hydras. So just trying to get on top of everything. Here come those Mutas, though. There is a single photon cannon, and it looks like the Archon's going to come in to try to help with this, as well as a few Stalkers to deal with this. And there we go. A few of them do get hurt, but nothing gets killed off. And now with the Warp Prism out, with those Archons available, we'll be able to deal some damage. 4 probes do go down in the process, though. And Storm finishing up does get a nice little mark on those Mutalisks. And that way you can kind of keep track of him for a little bit. Make sure that he's not going to get kind of sideswiped here. And that will allow him to actually produce a little bit more defenses, static defense at home, just to make sure he doesn't lose too much to these little counter pressures. Muta's just going to try to be harassing, but not going to be too much. And actually going into Roach, Ravager, Hydra. Very interesting. Void Ray's going to come in here with the Observer. We'll be able to start clearing up some of the creep. Pushing this back, but this is a lot of army coming out here from Solar. He is already maxed out and will push this back. Does get a nice kind of little bead on that, so we'll be good. Trying to get a warp in of some Zealots against this on the 4th base of ZOUN, but with the Lings, with Solar's Mutas here, we'll be pushed back. A beautiful fight into the natural, or excuse me, up here at the top. Of course, the battles are trying to go down here, but it looks like ZOUN might actually just pull through this. Oh no, there is a wraparound here with those Ravagers, with a couple of Hydras. Loses a lot of the army, gonna lose everything here. And ZOUN in a lot of trouble. He does have Phoenix to maybe help out with some of this. But this counterattack is starting to come across now. Solar looking to push in. Immortals are on the way here. 20 Lings are getting ready to pop, as well as a few more Roaches and Hydras. Just trying to get on top of whatever they can. Picking up a couple of Ravagers here, just to try to slow this down. And with the Zealots having +1, I mean, he's going to be in for a tough one. He does have some more shield batteries here as well. We're going to warp in some more Zealots and really kind of forcing the attack here from ZOUN. But there is a lot of Hydras, a lot of Ravagers that are on the way. Crucibles are not going to be going off just yet. Storm's now finished as he's trying to land a couple here. Get some really massive storms on this army, but they still survive through the weather. It looks like this 3rd base will eventually go down here. Void Race are trying to get on top of this. The charge lots trying to eliminate whatever army they have. The Queens are here to join to help out. Oh no, this is just not looking good. Gonna lose this third base. So far, 14 probes have gone down. More are on the way. The Queens are trying to help out as much as possible. The Immortal and the Void Race. Oh, the Void Ray goes down. Just the Immortals and some Zealots left here, and I don't think he has enough. He's still trying to push in here, still trying to delay this. That third base will go down. More Hydras are coming in, more Roaches. GG! And we will see Solar take game number 1. GG. So it will be ZOUN's pick for game number 2 as we go into the next series. There we go. I want to fix the... There we go. Okay. Okay. There we go. Okay. All right. Let's get it. Alrighty. Game number 2 on the way. It's going to be on Light Chain. Very good match so far, but definitely looked like Solar was able to at least scout out initially kind of what was going on there and was able to kind of overcome. So we'll see. Can ZOUN make the adjustments and maybe bring it tied up? Let's find out, guys. All right. There we go. Without further ado, here in the bottom right-hand corner of the map, playing as the blue Zerg pieces, give it up, it is Solar. And in the top left, in the red, playing as the Protoss pieces. Give it up. It is ZOUN. All right. So, game number 2. Definitely going to be getting in here. And I'm excited to see this. I'm interested to see, do we get any cheese? Excuse me. What do we end up seeing happen now? ZOUN is actually looking for the block, but nothing here just yet. Actually, we see the hatchery going down at the third. Nice little delay tactic there from Solar, or excuse me, from ZOUN. And we will see kind of what goes from here. Now, Gateway is down for ZOUN. He's coming in here. He was getting a little bit of scouting information off, but it does look like he is going to eventually return. Just wants to keep an eye on Solar. Wants to make sure is he going to go for some aggression? Now, game number 1. Definitely was really nice for our Protoss, right? He was doing really good defending for the most part. It was until that big kind of attack happened. He just didn't have enough stuff. He got a wraparound. Just was not good at all. But he was setting up for a really nice army. But Solar was very, very aggressive. He actually was... he was at a really good drone count. I believe he was at about 75 when that happened. And then by the time he was ready to attack, he was up to about 123 supply. And it was just ready to go ham. Now, he only had +1. But the power there and the connections with the bio, with the wraparound of the Hydras, just was a little bit too much here for ZOUN. So we'll see Ken in game number 2. Again, what kind of adjustments does he make? It does look like he isn't going to go into Stargate just yet. He's going to be going into that Twilight Council, getting a few Stalkers. He's got one on the way. And behind this, just a few links for the Zerg. robotics facility on the way now for ZOUN as well. So we'll have access to those immortals, to the observers, to the to everything that he may want. Colossus Tech. I don't think I really see Colossus that much in ZVP anymore. Maybe I don't watch that much, but I think especially with just kind of how the meta is. Alrighty, so it is going to be Glaive Adepts. Very interesting. Alright, Solar. Really just trying to keep tabs. Wants to see, you know, is ZOUN going into maybe some kind of Stargate tech? What does he have planned? It's going to be a Warp Prism first for him. Gateways are down as well. And on the other side, Solar, I mean, just droning up. He does have a Roach Warren on the way, which, you know, we've seen he will actually use. And behind this, just some Spine Crawlers. Nothing too crazy. He hasn't seen anything to give him need to get any kind of Spore Crawlers or anything. So, and he actually does see the Warp Prism flying across, so he will be ready for an attack. Now, he doesn't know that it is Glaive Adepts, and this will finish up just about the time that he arrives. Gonna have some more Adepts in here. Here come the Lings, though, as they do look to attack. Queen's coming down to the third base to try to at least help with this. There we go. Does not complete the shade. We'll go ahead and come back up to the top, looking to warp in some more units here. And ZOUN putting on the aggression this game. He is adding on additional pylons to construct more Adepts. Just making them as quickly as possible. 14 more Lings are on the way. There are a couple of Roaches here to help out. A couple of Corrosive Biles will be available. But it does not look like he is wanting to push in just yet, using those shades just to kind of scout and see what's going on and really force Solar in this defensive position. He's having to use that larva for more units than he would drones, and this is definitely giving ZOUN the opportunity. He is up in workers right now. He is, you know, doesn't have the highest supply, but he's putting on this pressure, and with the observer there, we'll be able to start clearing up some of the creep, still putting on some of this pressure. And he's not really worried about, you know, losing too much. He's going to go straight into the third base here. We'll start taking out a few drones at the same time. Going into the main with the Warp Prism. Kills off 6, and at the same time, now going into the natural. Looking to clear off some of the Spore Crawlers, I guess. 11 drones have gone down. Still picking up more and more Adepts. Still in the main. We'll eventually lose some of these, but he still has about 5 left. But getting 12 kills, that is not bad at all. He does have Disruptors on the way. Killing off a good chunk of units. Now, those Disruptors will be very nice, especially against the bulkiness of what Solar has, right? He's going into this Roach army. He's going into kind of a more bulkier tech, if it were. They don't split up that well. Disruptors could definitely be the answer. He's got some sentries on the way, and he's got that Gravatic Drive. So very, very nice. On the other side, again, we just see Solar going into the Ravagers, going into the Roaches. And, I mean, he's got a good amount of Lings here, but... trying to get that pesky Overlord. Does not get it. And he will actually see Colossus Tech coming out. And Disruptors are on the way. This is actually really interesting. I don't think Solar has actually seen the Disruptors yet. He's going to see a Colossus come out and think maybe that's what's going into. But, oh, okay. He does get a couple of Ravagers. Very, very nice. We'll have to eventually pick up and move out here. Not too bad. Colossus is about to pop out. We do have additional gateways and pylons going down as Solar is looking to go into a 5th base. ZOUN has his 3rd base and is looking to start powering up here very, very quickly. Coming in with the Disruptors once again. He wants to land a couple of good shots, but he has to be careful, right? The creep spread's starting to get out of hand. These Disruptors are going to be able to land, maybe, but He's got to play this patiently. He just cannot overextend at this point. Here we go. Both armies are looking to attack here. Disruptor is going to come in. Will not find any connections. We'll be able to take care of a little bit of this. Has to back up because of those corrosive biles. And ZOUN just not making the connections that he's really after. Guardian Shields do come down. A couple of force fields go down as well. And, you know, he's really kind of teetering on the line here at the same time, though. 10 probes going down. These Lings getting in and getting some damage will eventually get kind of cleaned up. More Bailings are on the way. It looks like he's going in for some more Bailing drops, but now it looks like ZOUN trying to get a little bit of pressure put in here. These Ravengers, though, not getting the best, but looks like he's going to have enough here. Blinking on top of the army here, looking really good for ZOUN. He's finally able to get most of the units. Whether it be a Roach or Ravenger of the like, having to pull the drones here. And with more reinforcements, it looks like this should be able to get cleaned up. But ZOUN definitely making an impression. He doesn't have the army, though, so he's got to be very careful. But as long as this War Prism is alive and the Blink is available, he's still doing work. Now, it looks like he is going to have to back up with most of this army, but the depths going to shade in, looking to get some more damage done. And looks like for the moment, Solar has held. He is at 120 supply. He's got 65 army to the 19 here of ZOUN. And ZOUN really doesn't have the income. I mean, he lost a little bit of units. He does have about 52 workers still, so it's not terrible. But he doesn't have the army right now. He's got to keep Solar on the defensive as long as he can to build up the army, the tech that he wants. He's going to go to extended thermal lance behind this, and Solar just continuing into this Roach Ravenger. He's got Bailing speed, and he's got some Bailings morphing in, so we'll eventually be able to kind of go back in with this. The Bailings looking like they're going to waddle into this army. He's got to be careful, though. Oh, no, a wraparound. Okay. Shield batteries will be very injured. Going to go ahead with the overcharge here. And it looks like the Sentry's trying to hold on. The Disruptor looking for some connections. But this War Prism is very, very low. There's nothing here that really shoots up except for the Corrosive Bile. And that it is going to survive. The Link's going to get into the third base as a Solar. Continuing to push in here. Does not allow the connection to hit there as he's forced to pick up the Disruptor. The Colossus trying to get on top of this. The Lings just getting us around. Does end up picking up the Colossus there, so not the best. But more and more Roaches are on the way. 9 Roaches are here. Extended Thermal Lance is almost done, but he doesn't have any Colossus. He does get a couple of shots there. More and more Stalkers are trying to help out. He's picking up, microing as best as possible, but there's just too much here. Solar starting to push in, starting to go forward. Really shutting down this third base and the economy of ZOUN, but he is holding on. He is microing the best that he can here. Now, overcharge is available. He is using it right now in the top, trying to rebuild these shields, but there's just a stream of blue coming across here. He's having to blink back. He's having to do all of these things. And it looks like he will eventually lose his third base, but GG. And we will see Solar taking game number 2. So we'll see here game number 3. What we having? All right. So the next map is going to be Romanticide. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I mean, ZOUN is playing some good stuff. He's definitely got some good strategies, but right now, Solar definitely feels like he is outplaying, ZOUN a little bit. I think I don't know if he has maybe some mind games going on or what, but definitely doing a good job. So we'll see, can he keep it up? And, does he extend that lead? Does he make it a 3-0? Or do we see maybe ZOUN throw out some tricky stuff? Get another game. So we'll find out. Let's go ahead and jump into game number 3. This is Romanticide. Alright. Without further ado, here in the bottom right-hand corner of the map, playing as the Blue Zerg Pieces. Currently up 2-0. Give it up. It is Solar. And then the top left in the red, playing as the Protoss Pieces. Give it up. It is ZOUN. Alright, so game number 3 here on Romanticide. Again, we see ZOUN going across the map with the probe. Going to force that kind of third base hatchery situation for Solar. You know, it's just a little bit of annoying having to take your third base a little bit farther. Or at least your natural anyways. So ZOUN going to come in once again and scout. Now Solar doing, I mean, he's been doing kind of the same build in a sense. He's definitely been opening up the same anyways. Ooh, actually delaying the spawning pool there. Very nice. Does eventually lose the probe though, so no more scouting as of yet, unless he does want to send something across. We do see that the Nexus come down for ZOUN. And we will see what ends up happening. Now, we've seen Solar just go on fire with roaches, with Ravengers. And I'm interested to see kind of how that plays out in these next series. Does he just stick with the roaches? I mean, it definitely seems like ZOUN has been struggling against these, right? The disruptors were pretty good, but he was not getting the connections. And in a situation like that, if you get this disruptors, you're not getting anything done. It definitely makes it tough. Makes it tough for sure. So we'll see. You know, can ZOUN make the adjustments? That's going to be a common theme in anything, you know, especially in a best of 9 when you're having to do these multiple builds. You're having to, I mean, adjust on the fly. We'll see. Alright, so Nexus does finish up for ZOUN. He's going to be going into a Stargate, so going back into that air tech and going into the Adepts. Now, last game we saw ZOUN go into this kind of heavy adept pressure. He really didn't get anything done with it at the beginning, right? He built up, you know, quite a bit. I think he was at maybe like 12 adepts. Got, you know, about 12 kills with the drones, and got about 12 lanes. So wasn't terrible, and it did keep Solar actually defensive for the most part. Going into the adept opening here, and actually Solar seeing that, does he then say, okay, maybe he's doing something similar? But of course, as soon as he gets in here, he sees the Stargate play. He knows exactly what's going to be coming his way, and we'll be able to make the preparations needed. Now, speed does just finish up for Solar. And behind this, he hasn't got any spore crawlers or anything just yet. He realizes the timing there. Realizes he doesn't need it just yet, so we'll try to push out, you know, some more drones, some more units before he goes into any kind of defense. And there we go. Finally, we'll start throwing down a spore crawler and just trying to pepper them in. So, Void Ray on the way, and there is the Oracle. So very similar to game number 1 here for ZOUN. Gonna come straight into the natural, and of course, already the spore crawler in place. ZOUN will go ahead and back up, and Solar just going to continue to drone up behind this. Doesn't feel the pressure too much. Sends a few lings across the map, and there's the Oracle. Not getting anything done just yet, but another huge counterattack. Adepts are here though, and the third base is on the way for ZOUN. We'll at least force this back, or at least keep that pressure coming. Shield battery does finish up. He doesn't have anything available for it, and it will go down. So nice pickup there from Solar. Roach Warren on the way as a follow-up, and now with the second Stargate, I'm going to go into that double Void Ray opening. Oracle will be very useful for later, you know, tagging the army, doing all the things that are needed. And here come the Roaches. Roach Warren just now finishes up. 6lings on the way. And we should be seeing some Roaches very soon. He's going into Lair Tech, so that will allow him to, you know, get Roach speed if he needs to, if he wants to go into Hydras, which is, I mean, if you're the Protoss, that's kind of where you're wanting, right? You're wanting to force the Zerg into Hydras, into these kind of soft, squishy armies, and then go in with the Storm and just try to wreck. But Solar does a really good job of peppering those in, but not letting it be the main focus of his army. So you will see +1 is on the way now, and we do have those the Roach speed on the way. So very, very good. Lings just trying to be active on the map again, trying to scout, see where the army is here for ZOUN. And behind this, ZOUN is getting additional gateways. He's got the Templar archives on the way, as well as some robotic facilities. And he's just trying to tech up, trying to get enough here to deal with this. Now Solar gets in here and again gets a very, very good scout off of what is coming his way, and that will allow him to proceed. Actually going to be Swarm Host coming out here from Solar. Very interesting. A different style that we've seen from the previous series. There we go. I'm interested. Does he make a... does he make himself a Nidus Swarm here? He does have a Ling right here he could possibly do that at. But it looks like ZOUN is ready for an attack. He does have some High Templar here. Gonna morph those into Archons. He does have those Adepts, and he's got a few you know, Void Rays here. Now the thing that is very curious is this kind of army composition that ZOUN's going for, right? It takes a while to build up, and that's why we kind of see him trying to be active on the map so that he can build those up. Oh no, trying to go force around here. The Archons trying to deal with this as best as possible. That's actually get forced up, and with the Locust coming in, we'll force ZOUN back. Gonna clear up the rocks, and now Solar has a direct pathway to the base of ZOUN. Gonna go ahead and throw down a couple of Ravagers as well. And with the creep almost across the map, will allow for Solar to come across with the Locust. Now, he's going to go for a run-by with these Zealots and basically barely misses this. But at least for this fight, he will not have to worry about him down here. But of course, now, here come the Locusts. Ooh, does he actually get the base, though? Lings are popped out. Looks like the Zealots are going to charge on top of it. A lot of the units here for ZOUN are going to go ahead and collide in the middle. At the same time, the Locust going to get on top of the Nexus. There is no battery here. Does go down. At the same time, more Roaches are coming down. He does get the third base as more of these Locusts are just walking around. They have not respawned yet, so he might be able to get on top of them. The Zealots starting to take those out. And there's just not a lot here. Those Roaches aren't going to be very good against the Void Rays, but with the Queens in position, we'll see that. Now he's making 3 Queens at a time. More Roaches on the way. We do have +2 on the way now for for Solar as well, so those are going to make those Roaches even more powerful. Hydralisk Den is going to follow up, and it does look like ZOUN trying to be aggressive across the map, and he's overextending. I feel like he was able to get the kill, which was nice, but he just kind of throwing away units right now, it feels like. And with the Locust coming out, it does actually get on top of some of this with the Oracle, but not going to be enough. Third base is trying to be taken. Warp into some Zealots will come about. And I think the third base still does finish at this point, but with the Roaches and stuff coming in here, ZOUN just does not have an army. 124 army supply to 44. He's trying to warp in as much as he can with some Stalkers, with some Carriers. It's going to be tough, right? But with the Roaches and stuff coming in here, ZOUN just does not have an army. 124 army supply to 44. He's trying to warp in as much as he can with some Stalkers, with some Carriers. It's going to be tough, right? He's across the map. He is getting some damage done with these Archons, which is actually really nice. But when you have death at your doorway, you got to be careful. He's bringing the queens. He's bringing everything that he needs across the map, going up to a lair as well. Solar setting up for the late game, but here it comes. Solar coming in. There's only a couple of carriers here and a couple of Void Rays. Not going to be a whole lot, but the queens are in the back, so that does give him an opportunity as these interceptors start pulsing away at the enemy, trying to focus down and get rid of any kind of energy from these queens. He has to dodge these corrosive battle shots. Actually, Solar landing some on his own army. And the bad thing, these carriers are just so slow. Good reaction time, though, from the Protoss as more and more army is coming in here. But as this army gets thinned out and the queens get thrown in here, it does look like he's going to have enough to push through here. A lot of the air for Protoss is just very, very low. These queens getting the damage done. Some more zealots are going to come in here as another carrier does arrive, trying to push this back. Does he hold on here, though? Doesn't have Storm. He doesn't have anything, so Archons is going to be the way here for him. But again, these queens, and now with the Hydras coming through here, not going to be enough. He's going to be forced back here in ZOUN, starting to fall apart. And GG will be called as Solar takes game number 3 there, making it 3-0. ZOUN needs to find the answer. Can he find the answer here? He has been trying so hard. He can do it. There we go. Definitely gotta be frustrating. You know, you're trying out these different things. Come on. There we go. All right, so ZOUN needs to find the answers, man. He's playing a really good game. He just needs to do a little bit better. So we'll see here. Can he make the adjustments to go? Okay. And we will see. Next map is going to be on the Pillars of Gold. So, I mean, definitely a possibility. I think it's one of those interesting maps because it has so many different little kind of pathways you can take, as well as that kind of big center lane, it feels like, down across the center. So we'll see, man. Like I said, he needs to make some adjustments. Let's get it. Oh, okay. It didn't go through. Okay, 1 second, guys. No matches. There we go. Okay. All right. There we go. Alrighty. Sorry about that, guys. All right. But yeah, like I was saying, as we get loaded back in, definitely ZOUN needs to find the answer, because right now, Solar definitely playing very, very good. All right. Here we go. There we go. Alrighty, guys. Without further ado, here in the bottom left-hand corner of Pillars of Gold, he is the Red Protoss. He needs your love. He needs your support. Give your energy to him. It is ZOUN. And in the top right, in the blue, playing as the Zerg pieces. Give it up. It is Solar. All right, so game. Number 4. ZOUN definitely needs to do something here. I mean, he's playing a phenomenal game. Don't get me wrong. ZOUN is playing really, really good. I do think maybe a big thing is, like, it feels like he's overextending in some of these situations, right? He's getting some damage done. Like, the last game we saw him take out the third base and just continue to push in right there. And I almost feel like if he would have just got the third base, kind of set himself back, built up another force, and then went for another attack or something like that, may have been a little bit better. Who knows? It's in the past. New game here, new starts, and new build orders to be had. Now, 7X core does come down for ZOUN, and he has his own expansion. And on a map like Pillars of Gold, it does look like Solar is going to go up to the top instead of coming down here. So, not going to be going towards the enemy as much, which is perfectly fine. All right, so we do have Queen on the way for Lings. Very standard opening. It seems like Solar really kind of favors this opening, and it's really good, right? You get in, you scout that your opponent's going into, Stargate. You just send those Lings across, cancel something, maybe kill a probe or two, and then just return. ZOUN really changing up his builds. I like it. He's kind of going for some of the same principles. It's been either Stargate tech, which we do see him going into Stargate again, or he's been going into like Adepts or Lots or some kind of ground force. So we will see. Right, so behind the speed on the way for Solar, and it looks like ZOUN is done with the aggression of his probe. Third base is going to be on the way for Solar. And yeah, I mean, even Solar going to get in with the Overlord, sees that it is going to be double Adept, so kind of already knows it is going to be Stargate play. And as he comes over, he will confirm. There's no anti-air at the moment. And there it is. Alright. So it does know that it is once again Stargate play. So going to expect probably a double Stargate coming out once again here from ZOUN. Now, like I said, he's been doing okay with it. I definitely think that Solar has the answer, or at least has the response to it, right? And it's interesting because Solar has done a couple of different things to defend it, right? He went into Swarm Host. He went into just a Ravager Hydra kind of comp. And I mean, he's went into Mutas as a defense, so he's definitely been flying around it, which has been interesting. Third base is here for ZOUN now. And again, there's another Stargate, so it's going to be that double Stargate going into Void Rays. And it's interesting, right? I've kind of noted on it a little bit. It's like, I feel like the army that ZOUN's going for is very strong. But because of how it has to be built, it takes time. And I like what ZOUN's been doing here, right? He's been kind of active on the map with some of the units, and he realizes that Solar will go for those Lings for the aggression. So if I can come out here with a Void Ray, come out here with, the Oracle to put some kind of defense up, I can use that time to build up the forces that I need. And this time doesn't really get too much done, but will at least push the Lings back. And the Oracle just hanging out, not able to get much done. Already there's Spore Crawlers in the bases. He's already been pushed back, and there is a Roach Warren now. I am interested to see, does ZOUN know of the Roach Warren yet? He does not.
Have engaged the enemy.
He does not. And here come the Queens. Oh, man. They are looking just to go straight across the map. Here come the roaches and stuff. He still has not seen these roaches. He has not seen the roaches, the Ravagers yet. Oh no. Oh no. This is going to be very tough to defend. He does have some adepts in here trying to build up some kind of photon cannon, some kind of shield battery here, but it looks like Solar going for the pressure. Now there are quite a bit of Void Rays here, but with the Queens here to help, this is going to be a very tough attack to defend if he can even do it. Now he finally does have photon cannons and some shield batteries that will get in here, but it does not look like it's going to be up in time. He throws down the stasis ward, but only gets a few lings. Not going to be the Q that he wants. Now the photon cannons, the shield batteries, trying to heal up as best as possible. There are some sentries here to try to break this up, but the Crossbiles raining from the sky. The Queen's getting on top of everything. Oh man, the Void Rays are trying to overdrive, trying to at least push some of this back, but these Queens out of energy. Oh no, they don't. They still have the energy left. More and more Ravagers are coming through here. The probe's getting pulled. More Adepts, more Void Rays trying to come in here, but it doesn't look like he's going to have enough. He's trying to push this back, the Void Rays. The Stalkers trying to get on top of this, but more and more Lings, more and more Ravagers trying to get across and get the damage done. These shield batteries are so crucial right now. The photon cannon's helping out so much, but he has to be so careful against this. Oh no. Okay, shields are about out of energy. He doesn't have enough for an overcharge at the moment. It is still on cooldown, so he's going to have to hold this out. He's going to have to still fight this now. He's lost so many probes. The Void Rays trying to get on top of this. Looks like they may have been able to get their recharge back. Trying to focus down the Queens, trying to focus down something here. And, okay, he has the overcharge, but now doesn't have anything available. Does he hold this? Is he going to make it? No, the Crossbiles hit the Void Rays. Oh my god. He is going to kill all of the Queens. Nothing left except for the Ravagers and a couple Lings. And ZOUN able to hold this. ZOUN evening things up now that there is more and more Lings coming through. There are Ravagers. Oh no, he doesn't have any more Ravagers. He's going straight Lings right now. He's going up to a Hydrogen, which would be really nice, but looks like he wants to go for a counterattack. The more Lings are looking to come back and force ZOUN all the way back home. In the third base, still manages to survive. Does lose some more probes here, but able to hold on. Now, fourth base behind this is being taken for Solar. And, yeah, able to hold that, tied up in workers. Such a good job here from ZOUN. He's going to go across now to put the pressure. And that was exactly the kind of adjustments he needed to make here. He needed to be able to defend that pressure, that kind of attack that ends up coming from the Zerg. So we'll see, can he keep it up? Now with the Hydras out, it does make it a little bit tougher. Hydras are kind of squishy. So if we can get on top of them, that will be really nice. Storm on the way now. And we do have shields, or excuse me, charge lot coming through as well. On Solar sides, he's going to be getting that Groove Spines upgrade. So should be good. Alrighty, so finally got the High Templar out. Does have Storm about finished, about 15 seconds till it is finished. Getting on more and more defensiveness as needed. And that's really kind of the answer that he's been needing, right? He needs that static defense against these attacks. Before he really hasn't gotten them. I mean, he's gotten a shield battery and maybe a cannon, but seeing that he needs a multiple to defend that, it's been looking really good. Bailing speed on the way, as well as the speed upgrade for those Hydras. Will be good. Now with charge being done, +1 just now finishing up. We'll give ZOUN a little bit of a goodness. +1 is on the way for Solar as well, so that will end up evening up. And now Solar taking a 5th base, just now a 4th base for ZOUN. Looks like another attack coming across. We got the queens coming. And he's going to open up more pathways. Now, there are a few a few void rays here. I don't know if he has enough to defend against this. Finally, we do see the Templars coming through. We see the Archons coming through. Gonna end up having to cancel. And I think that's the best call right now, right? Especially seeing that the army's right there. Don't try to just open it up, force the cancel, and then, you know, after a moment, try to rebuild it somewhere else. Maybe even just not worry about it. There we go. Does get one of the queens. Second queen that does have to escape. Ling's looking for a little bit of maybe a wraparound, but it looks like ZOUN going to go across now with those zealots. Oh, gonna find himself some Bailings here, and they are gonna go wee all the way back home in the Great Bailing Race. Oh, beautiful. Brings them all the way back. But at the same time, another attack coming up here. Still this pressure being put on. And now we see 40 Lings in production. Holy cow. +2 on the way, as well as +1 ship weapons. And ZOUN just looking to kind of stay alive at the moment. The creep spread is just insane at this moment. Going all the way to the 3rd base, or excuse me, the 4th base here for ZOUN. Really not allowing him to take advantage of this. Solar just building up more of a force. He's going to go into infestation pit, so it looks like he's going to go up to hive tech. Now behind this, does he go into... I guess, does he go into corruptors behind this? Is that the call? Does he want to go into vipers, go into, you know, broodlords, something? We will see. Storm does go off. Doesn't really get anything, but right now it's almost just a zoning technique. Nice. Zealots do try to get in. Doesn't get anything done. Those Bailings really being a hindrance for the Protoss as Solar continues to kind of hold back. And now, finally, ZOUN getting up to the attack that he wants. Beautiful storms are going to go off, killing off a lot of these Bailings. Doesn't look like he has enough, though. Krosabal is going to land on a few of those Protoss units, killing off the Archons. And trying to build up more energy. He needs it. Storm's going to be the lifesaver here for ZOUN if he can get it going. But at the same time, he is building carriers now. He's got 2 on the way. And as he keeps on with that, it's going to really allow him to keep producing. He's got +2 ship weapons on the way as well. And here comes some more zealots coming across the map, looking to get on top of the space, really forcing Solar back home to deal with it. And this does actually allow Solar, or excuse me, ZOUN to kind of clear up some creep if he wants to, but it doesn't look like he's actually doing that. It's very interesting. There we go. The storms are going to come down. Going to try to segregate this army as much as possible. With the carriers, makes it a little bit easier, and some good storms do come off, but not going to be as damaging as he was hoping. Gets on top of some of the, you know, some of the Hydras, but not getting the damage. 6th base is here now. Solar just continuing to push in here. Finally, a 4th base is going to be taken from ZOUN. He's really been kind of held back this whole game, and it's really from that aggressiveness from Solar. Alright, more Bailings are being morphed in. It looks like Solar wants to shut this down before he can even get started. The Nexus does finish, so he can't cancel it. forcing ZOUN to get into an engagement here. Does end up coming and will allow Solar to back up, you know, as ZOUN does come in here. Try to get a little bit of a counter play as well going, but with the Zealots, with another carrier coming, we'll be able to clean that up, and it looks like ZOUN might be able to start pushing into this a little bit more, but he's got to be careful. Those Hydras definitely are going to be aggressing more and more now. He's going to have to finally start throwing some units over here, and this will allow him to make more and more carriers. Oh no, one of the carriers by itself. Going to get on top of, and oh, does go down. Interceptors trying to get in here, trying to get some damage done. The Archons trying to get on top of it. Storms do go off as the Bailings do get kind of flown up here. Viper's now out. Going to start taking out those carriers. And see ya later, carrier. Solar going to go ahead and push back. It needs to get some more energy on his Viper. And we'll see him getting the energy going. More and more Lings. Ultras are on the way now. +2 for +2 melee, and the carapace coming through for those Lings. And we're actually seeing this tech switch kind of going into this just Lingbane Ultra in Hydra. Do have chitinous plating being researched. And Carrier's going to try to help out with this. We'll actually force Solar back for the time being. And here comes the 5th base now for ZOUN, but it's going to be too late. I mean, we see a now getting ready to be 7 base army of the Solar coming through. I mean, he has so much income potential, and I mean the Void Rays should be okay against the Ultras, but with the Queens coming in here with the Hydras, he really can't even get on top of any of this. Ultra's gonna come in, gonna get the kill, not even a cancel. Oh, parasitic bomb on all of those Void Rays, getting them so low does force him back into the shield batteries as they continue to push forward. Now all the Ultras are dead. It's only a few Queens and some Hydras, but he still has to be careful, and it does look like Solar will eventually get pushed back here to regroup. This is exactly kind of what ZOUN needed to do in the game number 2, 3. Or 2, yeah. But we will see him get pushed back once again. And with more and more Ultras coming out, this does get tougher and tougher for ZOUN. I mean, he does finally have that 4th base, but this is really allowing Solar to kind of take up the map. I mean, look at the creep spread coming out, and it really hasn't been cleaned up at all. All the Interceptors starting to go down and really kind of making these carriers useless. Gonna get on top of with those beautiful Viper pulls, and ZOUN definitely pushed up against the corner right now. He is fighting his way out, trying to get on top of anything. Queen's able to heal up the Ultras as well, which is really nice. Finally, a couple of Zealots are going to start trying to clear up some creep because he needs to take another base. But at this point, Solar just so fast on creep, able to just go over, eliminate the threat, and then just continue to keep that kind of chokehold onto ZOUN. He doesn't have a whole lot of income at the moment, so it's making it even tougher. I mean, look at the bases. He doesn't have any mining here. He doesn't have anything mining here, and all of his mining is basically right here. He does have a couple there, but definitely does not have the income, so every unit is so crucial here, while Solar, you know, has such a massive income right now. ZOUN definitely has been trying to take some bases and stuff, but Solar really has just been keeping a good chokehold on that, even forcing another pool, delaying more money income. If he doesn't if he isn't careful, I mean, I'm pretty sure Solar's going to try to take these last 2 remaining bases. Oh, there's the 3rd one right there. Yeah, it's just looking very tough right now for ZOUN, and he's doing a good job of defending, but again, there's just so much here for the Zerg. Storm does go down on top of a lot of the army here. Going to be able to at least force a few kills onto those Hydras. The Queen's going to be taking some damage as well. He's in a good enough position. GG will be called, though. And Solar going to take game number 4, making it 4-0. GG's. There we go. So we'll see here, where does ZOUN go for? He needs to win basically every game now. He needs to turn it around if he wants to win. But ZOUN playing his heart out. Solar just looking really, really good. Okay, so that's 4-0. Hold on one second, guys. Apparently, ZOUN is off. Oh, okay, there he is. There he is. Okay. Alright, so Oxide. I think maybe he was looking at a replay or something. Okay. Alright, so Oxide going to be the next map here. We'll see. Can he do it, man? There we go. Alrighty. Both players are ready to go. We're going to begin the countdown to game number 5. Once again, it's going to be on Oxide. Can ZOUN do it? He has to win every map from here on out. It's a tall order, but it has been done. Can he make it click? Let's get it. There we go. All right. Oh, there we go. Okay. Without further ado, here in the bottom left-hand corner of the map, playing as the red Protoss pieces from Alpha X. Give it up. It is ZOUN. In the top right, in the blue, it's the Zerga player. Currently up 4-0. It is Solar. Alright, so game number 5. If you're ZOUN, it's definitely got to be frustrating. You're already kind of, in your mindset, you've already kind of lost, like before it even begins, right? I was talking to him and he felt like he was going to lose 5-2. So there definitely is that possibility that, you know, maybe he makes that comeback, right? But you're coming in, you're like, you know what, I'm probably not going to do that good. Zergimba. And you just kind of walk in defeated, you know? And in a game like StarCraft, in a game of life, you can't do that. You can't walk around defeated. You can't walk around with your head between your tails. Sometimes you just got to swallow your pride. Sometimes you just got to suck it up. And you just got to do your best, man. So we'll see here, though, if ZOUN can make a turnaround or not, you know. We'll see. Solar is going to be going into that standard kind of hatch into pool. And Solar really has been, in a sense, playing very reactive, right? Everything he's done has been because he's scouted. And when you're going into, like, this gateway opening that ZOUN has been going for, we see him going into... I mean, because you don't have any anti-air at that point, right? You come in with the scout, you're able to see it, and by then, he's able to prepare for it. So we haven't seen ZOUN really get the damage that he wants to get. So we'll see. Third base going to be coming out here from Solar. Overlord just going to give, again, scout. Sees that there is an expansion. And, you know, one thing I really like is that ZOUN has not really cheesed, right? Sometimes you get down in a series, you're like, well, here, let me try to get cheese. That way I can get at least a win, right? But he's not. He's playing standard. He's playing, you know, he's playing the honorable way. He's going to be going into a Stalker. And again, you know, just kind of playing around this, droning up for the Zerg. But it is going to be a Stargate this time. And I actually like this adjustment, right? Oh, hold on. Did he not get it? Oh, no, he did. Okay. This time he did get a Stalker, and he went into an Adept. Beautiful. This is the change right here. That Stalker going to shut down any kind of scouting. We already see this. The Stalker giving that illusion of, hey, I am not going Stargate this game. He's not. Oh, okay, well, never mind. He sees the Oracle. Forget me. I don't know nothing. But no, it's a really good change-up, though. It's going to be seen in time. We already see the Queens in place. And already see the Spore Crawlers starting to come down here. But it was the little thing that kind of delays this enough that maybe he can get in and get some damage. There's already a few Queens, though, in both positions, so maybe not. But this does allow him to take a third base. ZOUN gonna get the shield battery going. And a second to Oracle coming through. Does he go for number 3? I know some people like to go 3 Oracle. Fellow Council on the way, as well as a Forge, so we'll be able to start getting those ship upgrades if he does continue on with it. And yeah, I mean, he really can't tack into it. The Queens are there, but he can at least keep tabs, maybe use those, force some stasis wards, or, you know, maybe get in and get a little bit of damage. Adepts are here. Roach Warren on the way as well, and we do have a lair on the way. Ling's going to continue to check ZOUN every time he goes across the map. Wants to see, you know, do you have an opening? Is there a way I can get in and get damage? And looks like ZOUN going to come into the main. Does another scout, sees the timing there of the lair, and has a blink on the way behind this. Alright. Void Ray is here. I'm going to actually supply block Solar at the same time. And we do see ZOUN coming in once again, looking to get some more damage done. Now, he will be able to kill off a couple of probes. Let's get a little bit of damage. Only gets 3, though, but still, damage is damage. And that will kind of hold him back for the moment. He is, you know, very close in account here. And now with the Void Ray coming through, we'll be able to put a little bit more pressure, kind of force the hand, as it were, from Solar. Looking to get another supply block, but Solar not going to allow that to happen. 4th base is on the way for him as well. And again, going to get an additional 3 kills and get out. ZOUN doing a good job here. Now, going straight up to Infestation Pit is Solar. It's going to allow him to go up to a really quick Hive Tech. Allow him to go into Swarm Hosts. Allow him to go into everything that his heart desires. ZOUN will be able to at least poke. Okay, he will actually get the kill. Okay. We'll get another kill on the Overlords. And again, I mean, right now, Solar isn't real worried. He's got his own tech path that he's looking to go towards. And yeah, I mean, he's looking really, really good. Does look like a nice attack coming out here, though, from ZOUN. Does he have enough here? Roaches are on the way. There's only a handful of them, though. There's a lot of sentries, a lot of stalkers here. A little bit of a switch up. Maybe even a mind game here. He does get on top of it. And here it comes. The force field's going to go down on top of it. Going to separate the Queens. I'm going to force those Ravengers back, not allowing them to get anywhere close. Here come the Stalkers and the Adepts. So we're really going to force a weird choke out here from Solar. Does have to back up, though, because of those Curse of Baals. But, oh, no. The Void Ray in the front will go down. Getting a couple of hits from that. And a lot of his army here, ZOUN, starting to take damage from these Corrosive Biles. This is not good. He does have the War Prism in the back to help with this. But he is taking a little bit too much damage. Alright. Blink is now done. Finally does get out of the way here, but more and more Roaches are starting to show up. The Queen's getting on top of this, but A lot of the damage, a lot of this is being shut down because of that corrosive bile. It started off so good for ZOUN. Now he's still alive, he's still not out of it, but with the links coming in here, with the more queens trying to help out, he definitely has to be careful. These corrosive biles have really been a killer for him. He is definitely in kind of a weird choke point, but more warpins are available as he's continuing to try to get more and more units over here to reinforce this army. Solar bringing in more roaches, more ravagers, just trying to get on top of this. A blink forward as he's trying to get in top of this. I think he's done it. I think he's starting to push through here. More roaches and ravagers coming in here, but the 4th base will eventually get pressured in. GG! And ZOUN not out of it yet. He says, I think I still got something. Oh, man. Good stuff. So, game number 6 will be happening. Yes. There we go. Alrighty. We'll see here then. What does Solar go for? I think the only thing we have left is Submarine and Jagannatha. Okay, looks like Submarine is going to be the choice here for Solar. So there we go. Referee. That's just... All right. Yeah. Both players are ready. We're going to get into game number 6. And let's see. Can ZOUN make the comeback here? I am excited. That's definitely... I told you, that's definitely what ZOUN needs. He needed to make the adjustments, make the changes, and it looks like he has. Let's get into it, guys. Right. Without further ado, here in the top left-hand corner of the map, it is Submarine. It's the Blue Zerg player. It is Solar. And in the bottom right, in the red, is the Protoss player from Alpha X. Give it up. It is ZOUN. Alrighty then. Game number 6. Definitely worked really well. I want to talk about that as we get in kind of the early game here. We see the very standard openings from both players. ZOUN finally understood that a lot of what was going on was very reactiveness, right? Solar was getting in, he was scouting, he was seeing what was going on, especially when he was trying to go for these Stargate plays. And the thing too is, like, ZOUN has been going for Stargate a lot, right? So, what does he do? He opens up Stargate. He says, okay, hey, I'm going Void Rays again, you know, doing that kind of like, hey, this is my hand over here, but I'm really going to hit you with the other one kind of thing. So, he puts on this perspective of, hey, I'm going Stargate. You better get yourself ready. We see that coming with the roaches, with the ravagers, going into that Lane Queen style, you know, that we've seen Solar doing this series. But he changes directions. Because he opens up with the Stalker, because he opens up to deny basically the scouting of what he's doing until it was too late. It gave ZOUN this opportunity to build up a nice army, get into a choke point, and start pushing it in there. Now, he took a lot of damage to those Corrosive Biles he should not have taken. The Void Ray went down, the Oracles went down, Sentries went down, a lot of Stalkers went down. I mean, you're microing a lot, so it's understandable, right? But a lot of the damage that was done there, I mean, could have been, I mean, made it easier for him. But he was able to persevere, was able to continue the warp-ins, and still do the blink and still do everything that he needed to, and was able to finally kind of push in there. And that aggressive blink was so crucial after he realized he could get on top of it. That was good. It was well done job from ZOUN, and that's the kind of play that you like to see from him, right? Solar, though, has been playing out of his mind. He is playing very, very well. He's been playing so good with all of his scouting, with all of these little harassments and all these little things that he's doing. It's been great. So we do actually see a robotics facility this time coming out from ZOUN. Going to be going into the Twilight Council as well. And do we see him go for another Adept push? He is. He's going to go for another Glaive push. I think on a map like Submarine, that's not too bad. I mean, you've got a very short rush distance. You've got these nice little pathways that you can really kind of force the Zerg to, I guess, play around. Nice. It is going to be a Roachhorn, though, coming out from Solar. And I don't know, does he? He doesn't know anything of what's going on. But he just really likes those roaches. War Prism on the way. We do have Glaive to Depths. I'm almost halfway down. And more gates being put down. And we will actually start seeing more and more of those Adepts coming through. Now, he has shown this build out before. So I'm interested to see kind of how he ends up playing this out. Gonna go across the map. He does have 4 Adepts right now. Looks like he will try to morph some more in. I don't think he actually sees this, right? He's gonna come in. Finally, we'll see this being morphed. And here come the Adepts. Resident Glaive's gonna finish up. Cancels the Shade. And very good micro here. We'll be able to get one of the Roaches. Ravagers are on the way. Again, another attack coming down here at the 3rd base and really looking to start pushing Solar thin, but it's going to be forced up with the Queens and the Roaches coming through. And that is a lot of Lings. 18 more Lings are on the way here. Resident Glaives is done, so that will help out tremendously, but that is a lot of Lings. Robotics Bay is on the way. We'll be able to go into Disruptors behind this, or Colossus, however he really wants to choose it. Adding on some additional Adepts. And, yeah, I mean, he's trying to set himself in a good position here, but with the Ravagers, definitely has to be pushed back. Yep. And right now, definitely all over the map, but it looks like Solar wants to go for a little bit of a counter aggression here, right? It looks like that is going to be the case. He's going to come over here with a whole bunch of Lings. Sees that there's no 3rd base, and it's going to go straight up towards the natural. Actually comes back now. There's a nice attack going on into the natural. Trying to shade in multiple directions here. Doesn't cancel him, though. Yep, the Adepts in the main do shade. The 3rd base going to get attacked at the same time. 7, 9 drones do go down. Eventually, those do get taken care of. The War Prism looking very, very low, but does get out. Very nice. Forces a recall. And there we go. I almost wonder if he could, like... I feel like maybe he could even tech into... maybe some Stargate play behind this, but given with how many Lings and stuff there is, I don't know. Disruptors are here though, so that's going to help him out tremendously. And here come the Lings. That is a whole bunch of Lings. How many Lings does he have? 71 Lings. Holy cow. Oh, almost attacks his own Lings there. Overseer does come in here. Going to get a little bit of a scout, but already he sees that there is going to be Disruptors behind this. Spire Tech is on the way, so Solar is looking to go up to that higher attack. And here comes that good old War Prism with the Disruptors. Oh, he's got to be so careful though. trying to find some kind of opening. Now, he does finally take that third base, adding on additional units. And Solar, on the other hand, does finally have the mutas. He's got 6 on the way. He's got a good queen count. And he's continuing to, you know, try to spend his creep out, trying to do these little things. And here come the Lings to try to get in here. Now, there's a Colossus. Going to be able to eliminate a lot of those Lings, potentially. They back up. Extended Thermal Lances coming down. See Blink about finished now for ZOUN as well. +1 at Flyer upgrade coming through for Solar. And he is making these adjustments. We're seeing this very similar game to, what was it, Game 1? Game 2? And it's going to be very crazy, right? He's got some shield batteries this time. He's got some stalkers to try to help deal with this. Shield battery does go down. And it's going to make it tough. Now here comes the Lings as well into this. A huge attack. The Disruptor's looking to get on top of it as well. But not going to be able to. And finally, Solar does back up. He's getting more units. It's getting 5 more mutas to join this army. And this is where it gets really tough for ZOUN here, right? He's got a good, somewhat army here. Ooh, even going across with a couple of Adepts, looking to put on some more pressure. Now, he still has these Adepts up here. I guess maybe for like a run-by if he sees the opportunity. 4th base is coming down. But with these mutas now being on the table and being harassing like they are, it's going to force this really kind of defensive play from ZOUN. Like, he's still going to try to send out for some counter plays. He's still going to be trying to at least deal some kind of damage, but he can't just move out with his army at the moment. It forces ZOUN into Stalkers. It forces him into these weird units. The Colossus are going to help against this mass Ling style. And behind this, he is getting that Templar Archives to deal with this. But now, this allows Solar to expand out, right? He's going to get the hatchery. He's going to go into potentially a 6th base behind this. Now, the Depth's going to come in and start working on the gas. This will actually force a little bit of breathing room for ZOUN. Gets cleaned up. He's going to go out on the map here, but he's got to be careful. This is such an easily surroundable position. But it looks like the muta is just going to go across. The Link's going to go across as well. He's up to 24 mutas. That is insane. But this is ZOUN's time right now. He has to attack. He has to force the Zerg back. The Disruptors are still in the War Prism. He hasn't had to use them. But it looks like now Solar going to go across the map. Going to start shutting down the production here at the same time. ZOUN going into the natural, going to shut down the natural. He's going into the main, going to shut down the tech in the main. He wants to take care of that Spire. He says, see you later. 3rd base is going to be going down as well. Units, fights going on all over the map. Units here for ZOUN going to that 3rd base. Does get the natural. The 4th base going to go down as this base race has ensued. The natural will be able to go down once again. All players are going to be losing units like crazy. Now there's a few, I don't even know here. Okay, so all the pylons are going to be going down, trying to depower every little warp in here. And this is just insane. Everything here for the Zerg going across the map. Protoss having everything at home. This is a fight to the death. ZOUN fighting for his life. Solar fighting for a win. Who will end up winning. Everything starting to fall very, very quickly. And he doesn't have any probes out on the map. He doesn't have anything to... Oh no, this is really bad. ZOUN fighting as hard as he can. ZOUN has no more probes. He has nothing anywhere. He's trying to find all the bases that he can. Trying to get on top of everything. But these are the last remaining units. Solar going to take it out. Can he get it? Jeez. So close.